This is Ohio's oldest and also most haunted hotels. It's been home to many famous authors and presidents, and tonight I'm gonna be staying there overnight to write horror stories.
Oh yeah, that's creepy as hell.
My damn hair is standing on end, the very little that I have. The Golden Lamb is Ohio's oldest and longest running establishment, having started in 1803, then further expanding in 1815. Over the years, this hotel has been the hotspot for former US presidents and famous authors. Among those authors are Charles Dickens, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and Samuel Clemens, otherwise known as Mark Twain. As time went on, many guests have documented strange occurrences and some paranormal activity. The legend of Sarah, many a night when all is quiet in this old hotel while unsuspecting guests lie deep in slumber, the restless spirit of a young girl is said to materialize in this small room. Her name is Sarah Stubbs. Sarah returns to her old home herself in the Golden Lamb again and again to give silent but visible witness to her displeasure, for when she first came here to live, she had a different room that she liked very much better. In the years she lived at the Golden Lamb, Sarah lived in the Harriet Beecher Stowe room on the 4th floor. For some reason, she was moved to this present room, which displeased her greatly at the time. Thus, it is that when pictures hang crooked and fingerprints appear inside the door glass, it is said that the unhappy spirit of little Sarah Stubbs has returned once more to protest her new home. Okay, seriously, some serious goosebumps here. That's friggin' incredible. Yeah, we're coming up here later. That's gonna be during our breaks of just, oh, wow. Why did I choose to write at the Golden Lamb anyway? Well, curiosity. I wanted to immerse myself in an environment that can infuse the same unease and uncertainty I experienced into my writing so readers could actually feel like they're in the story. I'll continue writing my new Kindle Vella series called Infestate. If I don't get something meaningful to present to my editor and readers, this trip will have been a waste and I'm out $170 plus food and gas money. After all, I could write from the safety of my home, so this trip better pay off. And that happens when I write not just good content, but great content. What exactly did my friends and family think?
You're f***ing crazy. It's just weird to go someplace and try to get scared.
You have fun with that. Don't bring that evil on me, Satan. I don't want nothing to do with that, bro. You already know. I'm a big horror movie fan, and I like all that stuff, but I ain't dealing with that. That's how you bring back evil back with you.
Personally, I wouldn't want to do it, but kudos to you for taking the plunge. You know?
With those 3 votes in, I still had enough confidence to give it a shot. But the more telling part was the last-minute advice I got from my mother after I arrived at the Golden Lamb. To be clear, my mother is what some would call a psychic. She's been deeply entrenched in the metaphysical and has shared her ability to talk with the deceased with many people. I was curious on what her take would be.
Okay, as soon as you told me where you were at, I suddenly got what some people call the shivers. In other words, it's ones that are around me, and they're actually taking the hair in my head and raising it up and back, not on the top, on the back of my head. So it's confirming what you are saying, and that's what they're telling me, is that what you are saying is true. It is haunted. You have to be careful on how much you open yourself up to this, because there's at least 1 or 2 that can actually attach to you and actually leave with you. They're encompassed in there and they can't get away. And the only way they can is to have someone that will take them. But yeah, it was hilarious. You started saying that and all of a sudden the hair back on. And I've never had that experience. I've never, ever. I mean, I've been working with stuff talking with those that have crossed over and everything. And this is very, very strange. So you have to be very careful.
Okay, so it is about 8:45 right now, and it is definitely sundown at this point. I've been at the Golden Lamb for, about a few hours now. I brought longtime subscriber and good friend Bill Latoria with me to help record. The staff was super happy with allowing me to go around shoot things. They said, just don't shoot any of the guests. Shoot being the camera, because oddly enough, one of the ghosts that haunts this place was, I guess, a lawyer that was talking about a case in which a gentleman had shot himself, and that lawyer shot himself trying to demonstrate that. And yeah, wow, that's super creepy. Admittedly, these quarters were not necessarily designed for writing, especially the modern day model of writing. But I made do with what I had: a dresser with a mirror and a wooden trunk for seating. Writing comes fairly easy to me when I put my mind into it. In this instance, I felt a sense of isolation and an ability to bypass any normal distractions I'd find in my home or office. This means I could write uninhibited, save for any potential paranormal activities. Then again, I felt like that fueled me more than hindered me. Then we decided to explore the darkened areas of the hotel. Okay. Tell me that doesn't look creepier now.
Oh yeah, that's much worse. Oh man, Norton, you better thank me for this. Oh yeah, that's creepy as hell.
Okay, ain't gonna lie. My damn hair is standing on end, the very little that I have.
Yeah. Nothing's jumped out yet, so I'm alright. This place is cool. I'm not going there.
Is that your way of saying I should?
I mean,
All right, I'm doing it.
oh.
My little light. Not a thing. Yeah. That's a rush, dude. My buddy Bill, who's manning the camera right here, admitted to going onto the 4th floor and smelling perfume that had like a musky odor to it. We looked around. There was no air conditioning vents or anything inside that hallway. There's nobody up there. There's no one staying up there. And that smell's gone now. So here we are. Got another 7 hours to go before it's daylight out. Oh, the witching hour hasn't fallen upon us just yet. The later it got, the more delirious I became. No, I wasn't going crazy, but I was certainly not at 100%. Maybe staying up till all hours to write in a haunted hotel wasn't the best idea for getting my work done. Could I continue to write? And would the finished product, the story, be any good? As a kid, one thing that used to frighten the hell out of me was the dark. Like, literally terrified. And now I feel almost compelled to go into that. Because there's this curiosity aspect of me. Because as a kid, I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared of what could be in there. But now I'm curious of what could be in there. Now you might see me shaking, by the way. It's because I'm cold as hell out here right now. But you know, it's so funny that you fast forward, you know, what, nearly 40 years later, here I am. I'm walking into dark rooms and saying, all right, let me take a look at this. And it's not that I'm compelled to see things that are evil or anything that are bad, but I'm just curious to see whether there is good or bad that's lying in those shadows. It's kind of nuts, because you would have told the 8-year-old me I would be going to something like this, I'd say you're a liar. But here I am, peeking into a dark, foreboding dining room that I don't see anybody in there, and it doesn't look like it's been used much lately. Though I ventured into the quiet and almost vacant hotel, we still had a couple issues. One, no ghosts. But I can't overemphasize the creepy ambience of this hotel at night. And 2, staying awake and on track was tough with the less than adequate accommodations for riders. Sticking to the game plan was paramount, especially if I wanted to get my horror series completed in time for the launch on October 2nd. All in all, I got 2 episodes completed and 4 episodes outlined in the 9 hours. The sun is about to rise here within the next hour or so. Wrapping up the night. There was no ghosts, there was no sounds, there was probably some questionable smells. What I've discovered though is this had gotten me focused more than I probably ever have been before. And that was the whole purpose of this whole writing exercise, was not to get scared to death, but immerse myself into an environment that other authors have been in at some point or another. And hopefully the byproduct of fear would help bring out the best in my writing as a horror author. Now, do I think that this is a device that all authors could be able to use? It's up to you. I mean, where do you derive inspiration from? Have you tried different places, different times, be around different people, travel to different locations, Try something new. So if you've got writer's block that's, you know, in your life, probably you can get yourself unstuck by trying something new. You just got to give it a shot. And I think you allow yourself to be open to new and interesting experiences, then at the end of the day, I think that's going to be something that's going to make you not only a better writer, but also a more happier person. Get access to Infestate, my new Kindle Vella series, when you visit dalelinks.com/Kindle Vella. Also, take a look at this very next video where I talk about that Kindle Vella cover design and how I just about messed it all up. I'll see you there.